Hello, and welcome to Inspire Synergy. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network, and we love him very much. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and Yukon men's legend Jake Voskuhl, basketball player. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large and small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, a slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut, and he will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch. Or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. We have Dynamic Human Performance, owned and operated by Yukon legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program. He trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, develops them, helps them reach their full potential, become the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. We have Julius Williams down south and the Trench Mob. Julius trains offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments and college showcase camps. They were undefeated this past season in their tournaments, and every camp they attended, a member of the Trench Mob was offered a full scholarship. Last night on the Trench Mob show, every Wednesday night at 8:30, we had a reunion special where all the first group of the Trench Mob came on and shared their story. It's incredible to see all the different places they've been, how well they're doing, and Julius has really transformed their lives. Julius has sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Tennessee, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. If you want to work with the best, Julius is in Decatur, Georgia. He will go anywhere you want to work with you. You're welcome to come down to Georgia and work with him, and you're welcome to attend any tournament that they go to. Go to www.battleofthetrenches.com. Our new sponsor, James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. For the last 3 years, James has dedicated himself to the art of financial planning. He specializes in insurance policies, mainly life insurance. He will make you a boatload of money, and he will do so tax-free. James also focuses on retirement planning because he knows the stress that goes into thinking about retirement. How much am I going to need? For how long? Do I have enough? How do I make my money work for me? Because fear of the unknown is real. Go to his website, lutherjamesinsurance.com, and you can get a free quote from James. And now for the men of the hour from the House of Changes, we have Razul Wallace. Razul, it's great to see you. Sorry I missed you last weekend.
Good to see you, Steve. Always a pleasure.
And Ja, great to see you as well.
Nice to see you, Steve.
And yeah, last weekend was great. It was a big win. We're bowl eligible. I had such a fun time. And our guy Robb Hill asked me to say hello to you guys.
Oh, you saw him?
No, I do a show with him.
Ah, okay. Tell him we said what's up.
He's one of the other sponsors. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm still working to get him for December 5th, correct? Yes.
December 5th.
Yep.
Yes. I just have to look at flights, and I was thinking you would probably want him to speak for like 30 minutes. Do you think?
No, because this is for that event. We're
I know
partnering.
it's training with Kevin, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's no.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you wouldn't need him to speak or do anything.
he'd just be a participant for that particular event.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll talk with him about it. I just wanted to clarify what his role would be. But yeah, I mean, he's willing. He really would like to come and help and obviously display his wisdom. How is everything going at the house? I know you were almost full the last time we talked. You had 7.
Yep.
Still
So-
going well.
It's going well. So this is where we are learning by trial and error to some degree.
Oh,
We got to 7. We allowed a couple guys in that had one guy who had maybe like a week or maybe even a day of sobriety.
oh dear Jesus, Razul, come on! You can't do that.
We're trying. We're trying.
Give us-
There's no trying. You cannot bring a guy in who has a day of sobriety into a sober house.
Well,
They're not ready for that.
we see that. We saw that.
We see that. So you don't trust what I say. You have to see it for yourself.
Well, we don't remember. I don't remember it all the time. I don't remember it. So like a guy come in, he'll present well, and obviously everybody puts their best foot forward, and we're like, hey, we got the vacancy, let's give it a try.
Yeah, it's just if you had more of a kind of structured program, it would work, because the biggest thing with someone who is just detoxed and has a few days of sobriety, they really need constant supervision and structure. So the program I was involved with, for the first 28 days we had groups from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There were 3 morning groups, lunch, 3 afternoon groups, and then we had dinner. We got to go to the gym, and we had to attend an AA meeting at night. And that was the structure for the first 28 days. And then after that was the IOP program, which was half day. And then you had the afternoon to, if you wanted to try and work, if you want whatever you wanted to do, job preparation, get your resume, you had the afternoon off to do what you wanted. It's just, it's a tough adjustment to bring someone in who is newly sober into that environment, because you're expecting them to get a job. You're expecting them to, start their lives. And
this one, he actually had a job. He had a job.
Oh, he did have a job.
He did have a job, and but his family actually supported a little bit as far as getting him in. But did he do detox to get clean? You know what? If Marcus was here, he could tell you better.
So, okay, so he probably did the detox and he was a day clean, and they were trying to place him.
And we trust Marcus. So Marcus felt like it was someone that he believed in and had an opportunity to Be a great fit for the house.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
good.
think we're fully like I think we're open to giving him the opportunity to come back if the bed is still available. Is that true,
Right.
Russell?
Yep, yep. So
So
what we told them essentially is that his bed what his bed is paid for will expire before he's done. Because he's in a we took him to a program with Stonington Institute that has a higher level of
I've
care.
heard of the Stonington Institute. They're very good.
Yeah, right.
Um,
So they have a PHP program that's 4 to 6 weeks long.
yes, yes, the PHP is huge. The
Yeah,
PHP is technically a hospitalization program
yeah,
where you're always supervised. They give you your medication and they have a curfew and they constantly watch you. That's what I did. The PHP was the first 28 days and then the IOP was after that. So
yeah.
how long was he able to last at the house?
He was at the house for almost a month, like 3 weeks and some
Oh,
change.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
he did
great.
pretty good. He did
Yeah.
pretty good.
That's great. So he was able to go to work and do everything,
Yeah.
and you had no problems with him.
No, he did.
Oh, that's huge.
He was so when that happened, it was. I mean, take it with a grain of salt that we're hoping for the best,
Of
and
course.
giving him the opportunity. But 3.5 weeks from starting from scratch for sobriety is where he was at, and then we actually had another guy. I can't remember if we talked about him relapsing already.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think we did because we haven't been on since then.
Yeah, right.
So we actually had two, and he was one of the original four guys in the house, and he had I think almost 2 years of sobriety, and he said he
wow.
he said he felt stressed, and the things mounted, and then Marcus feels like he really just felt like because there weren't any particular stresses that we knew of or that we could account for, but he felt like he kind of wanted to, and he got like really bold where he was like he got like this twitch that from once he relapsed, and he was like it looked like he was like tweaking, and he was apologetic the first day, said it'll never happen again. We're like, yeah, you're gonna detox, and then later that night and into the next morning, we hear that like he's trying to find corners in the house and on the porch to get high, basically. So,
oh, right.
So we took him to detox first thing in the morning, and
How long is he spent in detox?
So now he's been there, 5 days. Wait.
Yeah.
About 5 days, but he's gonna go to PHP also. We're not.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's smart.
From what I saw of him that day, I cannot imagine or fathom him being able to come home after 5 days and being able to kind of pick up where he left off.
Now you have people like Latanya. Is she able to work with any of the men at the house if they are having stress, anxiety, depression?
I think so. We haven't had Latanya back in since she was on the show.
Okay.
It might just have been a fall for the cracks in communication, a bandwidth issue.
Yep.
But so like right now, we actually want to build out some more programming, and I'm actively looking for like a program manager.
You are? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I've had a couple conversations.
I should also let you. You should also talk with Rob about that. Rob would be someone who would be great for a program manager. I mean, he's been through it. He knows that stuff. And then I would also recommend. I know you want somebody local, someone there. Trisha is excellent at that. I mean, Trisha could put together. That's what she does is project management, and she is someone who could help with that too. Because I think that's key for keeping guys on the right track. Because it's a difficult transition when you come into a sober house. You're with men, and you're trying to, like I said, it's overwhelming when you have to restart your life, and you're trying to find a job. You're trying to get back on track. I mean, it's a process, and it can take time.
Yeah.
So I understand how challenging that is. So are you at 6 right now at the house?
So we are at, and one of the original 4, he just moved out into his own place.
Oh,
so
he
that's
did.
One good one. Yep.
Oh, that's good.
That's a nice transition.
So now we are technically we're at 6, but we have 2 beds empty because 2 guys are at PHP.
But you want to hold those beds for them to come back, obviously.
So what I told them is that their what they paid up is going to expire shortly, and I told them that we'd fill the other beds first and hold their beds as long as we could. And if someone else wanted that bed before they came back, we would give them the opportunity to pay to keep it.
To hold it.
To hold it, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great that you would do that for them, because it is a struggle always to find openings and to find beds. So it's good that you're doing that, and it's really good that you got them immediately into PHP and a detox program, because that's the key. That's the key. That's really unfortunate. So the guy had 2 years of sobriety. Did he say, was there like a specific trigger, something that set him off that you can think of, or that Marcus thought of?
He said, so what he said was that he had some additional. He said he had some stress.
Yeah.
But when I talked to him, he was still kind of like tweaking, and he was still kind of tweaking, and
so
being like kind of manipulative a little bit, like not being very like honest.
Yeah, that's what we do best. We're great manipulators. Hey, when you talk to him, you believe that he had already used, and that's why he was kind of okay.
No, he did. He did. And how we found out was his roommate. He was in his room, and his roommate told us, because his roommate was feeling like triggered, like he was like.
Yeah, because he's around it.
Tempting, right?
Of course.
So I gave him appreciation for that, because I know that, it can be hard to, rat on someone or.
No, but you know what? In that situation, it's different because it's life and death.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
When someone's triggered to that extent, they have to tell, and they got to think of themselves first, because their sobriety is important and their sobriety counts. So it's good that he came to you. I just feel bad that a guy. 2 years of sobriety is monumental. Like, that is the number that you need. Studies show that once you hit the 2-year mark, that is when your brain will rewire itself, and that's when it kind of starts to heal, and you're much better off. So it's unfortunate. Did the guy have family?
He does have family, but his family. He said his family's tired of is fed up with him. So
well, that's what always happens. They're always fed up with you.
Well, I'll tell you though, the other gentleman, he's a lot younger, and his family actually put up the deposit for him to come into the house.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but I do feel like I think there's a sometimes it's hard to tell when you're being supportive or when you're enabling, you know.
Whoa, oh,
And
big time. You're absolutely right. That
and
is a great point.
right, so we told him he can't come back to the house until he completes at least 4 weeks of the PhD, because he was trying to get
Yeah,
out after 3 days. He's like, oh, I'm good now, and
that's
I'm
what
like,
we all do. We all
I'm
do that.
good, right? I'm like, listen, we
I'm
can't make you
fine.
right. He's like, we can't make you stay there, but I'm telling you right now, you can't come back to this bed until you've done at least 4 weeks of the program, and or we maintain communication with the substance abuse professionals
The
there,
people at the
that
house, right?
at
The
least
clinicians.
have some feedback and as to like where your progress is, where you're at, where they if they feel like it's a feasible option for you, and at this point, the last communication we had, we were uncertain if like his family just went and got him or not. You know?
Oh, really? Oh, so
Yeah,
yeah.
we're not. The last communication, he hasn't come back. That sounded like that was part of the conversation. And
Well,
obviously we can't. We don't have control over that. But
no, you don't.
we want,
But it's really impressive that you were able to recognize the difference between helping and enabling,
yeah,
because they can be so similar.
yeah,
It's tough to kind of weed it out.
yeah,
And if his family did come and get him, that is not what you want.
no,
Because obviously that puts him in a situation where things can get worse. But otherwise, how would you say the men that you have at the house right now, besides the men that are gone, how are they doing?
no. I mean, everybody always says that they appreciate the house, they love the house, it's comfortable. They
No, the
like
house is really
the
nice.
energy
Everyone
dynamic.
says that.
Yeah, and everyone seem to be happy. I don't know if I try to make myself myself available,
Yeah, I
and
know. It's tough
if
because you got a lot going on.
yeah, but I hope that they feel like they can come and talk openly and honestly. But that's what they say, and I believe it because I feel like we're genuinely doing our best. So hopefully it's felt.
Ja, what do you think? I mean, because you guys obviously earn their trust, and that's the key in all of it. When you're able to earn their trust, then they'll come to you and they'll feel comfortable talking with you. And I know Marcus does a lot, but I also know you're at the house as well. What's your opinion of the situation?
The spirit in the house, we actually worked from there two times over the last 2 weeks, and it seems positive. The energy is good. Marcus seems like he's in a really good place. Razul did a great job of being supportive and being available when needed, in order to for the situation not to escalate. I felt like we had very good control and we responded appropriately and quickly, with compassion.
Yeah,
I'm really excited because our 1 year anniversary was 5 years,
it is. Yeah.
5 days ago. 5 days ago, so I'm really excited for that. So we're gonna,
November 1st. Yeah.
November 1st. So we're officially 1 year since we opened the doors for House of Changes. And we're gonna celebrate, in the house on Sunday. So
Oh, that's good. You're doing it for the guys. That's
the
really
guys,
really
and
good that you're doing it for them.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna have a dinner. We're gonna have dinner. I'm
How
gonna cook a little bit.
many how many guys have you had a group of guys that lasted the whole year? You did. Oh,
we
so
do.
that's good. That's huge
We
too.
have
We do. We have 3 left.
so
I think 3 total, right? Or 2
the
total.
one guy one year anniversary. Both in December. But he moved out of his own. still there. Two of the other ones are still there. Two of the original are still there, and
Oh, that's good.
we have two new ones. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, the more you can celebrate the accomplishments, that makes a difference. That gives the guys the confidence they need, and it gives them a lot of hope. So it's good that you're doing that. And Marcus is obviously a godsend, and he's working hard. But I agree with you. Like, the biggest thing that can help is being able to get a partnership with a, like a LaTanya, a psychiatric nurse practitioner, somebody that you can send the guys to, that, a nonprofit organization or whoever that can take the guys on, and at least they can have someone professionally to talk to, a clinician, mental health expert, something like that, because that's vital in recovery. And it often goes unnoticed, because guys don't like to talk. Guys don't like to go to psychologists or mental health experts and talk with them, but it's so imperative for their recovery to have that piece. And that's what I would work with. So have you had contact with LaTanya, or you just think you've missed her, or you haven't been able to communicate with her?
I haven't. But I haven't done a good job of I haven't reached out either. I think
that's something Ashley can do too.
Yeah, but I think from being very direct, I feel bad asking Ashley, because she does way more than what
she does. Yeah. For. No, I know she
way
does.
More.
But you know what? The good part is she cares. I mean, she cares more than anyone, and she wants to help. And that's a really big piece. So, and Ashley is good about at least finding people. If LaTanya isn't able to do it, she can find somebody else who is, and that'll give you someone at the house, someone that you can take the men to at the house that they can talk with. But otherwise, that's great that you've made it a year. And would you say the first year, would you say the first year overall for you guys, just as a house financially, has it been successful?
Yes, overall
it has. Good.
No question. It was definitely the right decision. I'm happy that Rasul followed through and executed on that.
That was a big deal.
So, like, we have the More group is launching on the 22nd. So it's men operating responsibly in emotion.
That's huge.
Yep. So that meeting's from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and it's gonna be led by Dr. Kevin Booker.
That's the guy. Okay.
We'll be recording with us for the podcast next week. So
that's really huge.
To it. Yep.
That's huge to have someone like that. And definitely, if you want to set up a call with Rob is willing to do whatever he can to help you guys, because he's been there, and he's, for him to have 30 plus years of sobriety, he knows what it takes. And that's what makes the difference. When you have guys who have extended sobriety, that will resonate with the men at the house, I believe. But it's good that you're planning a dinner. It's good that you're doing that thing on the 22nd, and what you're doing on the 5th of December, I think is going to make a difference. So you're definitely putting together really good plans and ideas for helping the men and providing resources that'll make a difference, which I think is tremendous because, you know, a lot of people will just open a sober house and that'll be it, and they won't do much else. You guys are going the extra mile and providing resources and providing help, and, you know, recognizing when the guys are in trouble and getting them to the right place to get help. So I think that's great. How is the other project going? Would you say the Norwich thing, the 54 unit apartment?
That's been going wonderful.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so Chaffa had a like a conference, not quite a conference. What do you call it? Let's see. On Monday.
Well, you had a group discussion or whatever.
No, a seminar.
Seminar, okay.
Programming they had available, and then DOH hosted a big event at Foxwoods for the Department of Housing, which was excellent. And actually, I felt like a rock star in there, based on like all the conversations we've been having. A lot of people recognized us, and was very excited for us to be able to develop.
No, I mean you are. I can tell you from my experience at the UConn game Saturday. I had so many people come up and just say that they love the show. They love what you guys are doing, and they love that, you know, you're providing you're providing an environment for these guys to go to and really restart their lives. And that's more important than anything, because there aren't a lot of beds out there. There aren't a lot of opportunities for men to get help, and you're providing that for them. And you have someone like Marcus who knows what he's doing, who can evaluate the situation and make the right choices. So I think that it's phenomenal, the service that you're providing, because a lot of people, you know, especially are selfish and just want to make money off of it, and you guys are actually giving back, which is huge. We have a question. My man Chris D. Chris D watches every podcast that we have. Chris D wants to know if the government shutdown has affected you in any way, the house.
Not in a way that has appeared to be significant or that's noticeable just yet.
Right.
We also because all the men are self-pay.
Yeah. Right.
They either have like regular jobs or are getting Social Security, which
they got SSI, right? Right,
which hasn't been impacted. At least the payments haven't. I'm not sure if there's another way that it has been.
Will any of them have SNAP benefits?
Yes, they do.
Right,
they do.
Right.
We have been doing like a food distribution system.
Yes, that's huge too.
So we started is a local Whole Foods partner that we pick up food from, and then we've been doing drops to mosque, the house, and then one or two other organizations. So we've had not all week, but probably enough food for a couple of days. We started that maybe 2 months ago now.
Yeah, it's been a little while. We've been distributing the food. Yeah.
So we have different, we have some things to fill a gap.
And I had a good conversation with Kirk Charles.
Oh, nice.
His episode was amazing. Like it had 80,000 viewers. It was
wow.
crazy. Yeah. I sent it to him because he couldn't believe it either. But he was also talking about coming on and being a sponsor for the show, which I think would be great.
That would be huge.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Because talking with Rob and talking with Trisha, and I know Trisha's talked with Ashley, and if we can get someone like Kirk Charles on board, I think that would be great for sponsorship, and then obviously helping the men in the house with just their diet, their well-being, and getting them healthier. I can tell you that I've tried some of his suggestions. I've been eating some salads.
Okay.
And the raw foods.
I've been doing the raw foods. Yeah.
So, and then Razul and I, this is our 4th day doing a water fast. I'm cheating. I'm having coffee with still cream and sugar and some
coffee. Coffee's different, man. Coffee's your energy. Coffee keeps you going.
We have not eaten since Sunday night. So
so you've done a significant fast. Okay.
Yeah, 4 days is what.
Wow.
Razul. So Razul, why did you want to do the fast? What was the purpose behind it?
There's some physical and spiritual benefits to it.
There is.
Yeah.
My friend Terry does the same thing, only he does more of a cleanse, where he'll drink the smoothies that cleanse out all the toxins in your intestines and your colon. He always does it around this time. He'll do it for usually a month. He'll do a full cleanse and just drink smoothies and different types of juices that cleanse out everything. And he feels 1,000 times better. So that's why I think getting Kirk on, he was great. And he had some excellent suggestions. And to be 66 years old and as healthy as he is, that's amazing. That's truly amazing.
He looks great.
He looks
no,
great.
he does. He does.
He looks like he's our age.
He does. He does for sure.
And Razul, he was around. Is he coming around soon, or he was around last weekend?
Oh, he came. He was filming because he's an actor. He does commercials.
Yeah.
He was at Mohegan, I think, from Sunday to Tuesday, and then we had dinner on Monday. Me, him, and Marcus.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And you got to meet him in person.
The other guy we got to get involved. I got to reach out to him. Jameson. I want Jameson involved. Jameson's got with the farm. He's got some good ideas.
He's busy.
I'm sure he is busy. Because he's got big ideas and big plans. But so if you're able to, when you get the housing started and the construction built, would you like to have a second tier for the House of Changes where people would graduate from it and move up to different type of housing?
Very possibly. Very possible. So for it, we are planning to do affordable housing.
Yes.
Middle income housing.
Yes.
And with it, the funding sources that we're going after, they are like mostly government-backed funding sources.
Correct.
And the requirements, it looks more favorable when you have programming. And to me, as a landlord, I think it just makes sense because you have people that are offering support not just in the housing, but also like in lifestyle and ability to make progress. So whenever you have essentially like case management to some degree that you're working with someone and you have that support, now a landlord can have more peace of mind as a property owner, right? If you don't have the capacity to really be like, kind of guiding people to the degree that they might need it, having another agency that supports them, that you can talk to and say, hey, they didn't pay their rent, or they have an issue, or they're damaging the place, and someone else that can intervene and hold them accountable. It's very helpful.
Exactly, because that's so much. You can't do it all by yourself. The guy that wanted to talk with you was Laban, because we used to have you on Laban's show.
Yep.
Laban would love to talk with you about that complex that you're building, and he may be able to offer you some advice or guidance as you build it.
Okay.
And then I am gonna send you Brian Kozlowski's number, just because that's what he does, and he may be a good contact for you.
Yeah. That's exciting, because I don't know about you, but I feel like while we were there, he was one of the football legends, and see his name everywhere in the record books and everything.
Yeah, he's got an award named after him.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, and he got me drunk Friday night.
Nice.
I got lured into it by Robert Belcour and Kaz, because I did a podcast with them. The Husky Talk podcast I did with them was the highest viewership I've ever had.
Oh wow! Damn.
It had 150,000 views just on YouTube.
Wow.
And then with Spotify and the other platforms, it was like well over 200,000 views.
Wow, that's amazing.
So they were great.
Are you gonna have them back on?
I wanted to do something regular with them because they're very popular. They have a good rapport, and it helps their insurance business. Like you remember James Whitfield.
Yeah.
James, I hooked up, and he's now working with Robert Belcour and his insurance company. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yep. And then Rennell Jump, the tax guy, he is going to help James with his taxes for his small insurance business. He's gonna help him with that. Okay. And I know that you talked with Rennell too.
We do.
And hopefully he can help you guys with your taxes. So we're trying. I talked with Kevin Freeman, and I talked with Schumann. We're going to try to build kind of like a database of UConn alumni and people that we can connect, so we at least have them. We know what business they're in, and if we can connect people, we're going to connect them. So that way we can all make some money, and then we can give and donate to our NIL collective or the school, because they desperately need money to keep getting the good athletes that they're getting, because we don't want to lose them.
That's right. That's for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, congratulations. I'm happy to hear that you got the men help. I'm happy to hear that you're developing more of a structure. You're having more involvement with the men in the house. And I like that what you're doing on Sunday, having a celebratory dinner, because they need that. That's a win for them. That's something that's going to give them tremendous confidence. So kudos to you. Ja, anything else? Anything you would like to say about the house and how you feel everything has been and going forward? After a year, you made it a year.
We're excited. Like, we've been talking to a few other organizations. One of the things we're excited to bring in some programming where we can help men earlier in the process.
That's what we're gonna. That's what we should do.
you know, services like trauma training.
Yes,
And
PTSD, trauma training, absolutely.
also, we've been looking at several different avenues to build out with the right partnerships, workforce development.
That's
So,
huge too. Yeah.
yep. But unfortunately, I have another meeting starting in 5 minutes that I completely
No,
forgot.
that's okay. Listen, you did a great job. I just want to mention Ned Von Young, Freshfold Laundry Co., Chapel Hill, North Carolina, high-end laundry service. You can book online. They pick up your clothes, wash, dry, and fold them within 48 hours. You can have it expedited. You can also they have an online subscription model where you can book weekly or bi-weekly and go to their website. It's myfreshfold-laundry.com. You can see all the services that they have to offer. And then Robb Hill, R Hill Enterprises Inc., his website. He is an author, a minister, and he also sells a variety of insurance policies. So he will also put you in the right policy, educate you as to why it will work for you, and it will be tax free. So those are our guys. So for Ja, great to see you. Razul,
Thank you, Kelly.
phenomenal. I kept you under an hour. And just remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.